So we are now at the last module of our variable life insurance licensing review, general provisions. What are the general provisions of a variable life insurance contract? How different or how similar it is to a traditional life insurance contract. Let's take a look at the general provisions. Just like traditional life insurance, a variable life insurance has what we call an entire contract clause. What the entire contract clause simply means is that all of the provisions, all of the stipulations in the contract are written in the contract. And that the policy, the application, the policy specification, any future endorsements or supplementary contract, any illustration of benefits will form part of the policy contract. But there is one basic difference between the entire contract clause of a traditional life and a variable life. Remember that in the traditional life insurance, the benefits are guaranteed, the cash values, the death benefit. However, in a variable life insurance contract, there is a stipulation that this is an investment-linked product. What this means is that the benefits are not guaranteed because they are dependent upon the investments or the funds that the client chose. And there is also a provision for cooling off period for variable life. And a traditional life insurance does not have this. What is the cooling off period? The cooling off period is a provision wherein the policyholder may return the variable life insurance contract within 15 days from the receipt of the policy. So, what happens? If ever this happens, we will refund the amount equal to the market value of the units, including the initial charges. Clear? Questions? Good. So let us continue. Another provision is incontestability. Again, just like traditional insurance, a variable life insurance has an incontestability clause. Let me ask you, just to refresh ourselves, how long is the contestable period of a traditional life insurance policy? 2 years. It is the same with the variable life insurance. The contestability period is 2 years. As such, we say that the policy becomes incontestable after 2 years from the policy date or the last reinstatement date, whichever is later. However, there are exceptions. What are those exceptions? First of all, there is, of course, non-payment of premium. And that's pretty obvious. Another exclusion is that if there is any violation of the conditions of the policy relating to military or naval service during times of war. Another provision that is similar but a little bit different to traditional life is what we call suicide clause. Again, just to refresh ourselves, how long is the suicide clause for a traditional life insurance policy? 2 years. Yes. It is the same with variable life. It is also 2 years from the effective date or the last reinstatement date, whichever is later. However, there is a difference between the suicide clause of a traditional life insurance and a variable life insurance. In traditional life, if the insured rather commits suicide in the first 2 years of the policy, the company will only return all of the premiums paid. However, in traditional life, we will return not the total of premiums paid, but again, just like for the cooling off period, the premium charges, the cost of insurance, and the account value at that time. So again, it is possible that the company will return a bigger amount or a lower amount depending again on the performance of the fund that was chosen. How about if there is misstatement of sex and age? Again, this provision is both true for traditional and variable life. If there is a misstatement of sex and age, we will not invalidate the policy. Rather, we will merely adjust the premiums according to the correct age and or the correct gender. And just like traditional life insurance, a variable life insurance can also lapse. And lapsation happens if the policyholder fails to pay the premium on time or discontinues paying premium, notwithstanding the provision of grace periods, and there are withdrawable values in the policyholder's account. And the policy either continues as the same sum assured, or it will be at a reduced amount, or what we call a reduced paid up benefit. Questions? Let's continue. Again, we talked about lapsation. Is it of every, if we talk about lapsation, it is also very important that we talk about reinstatement. Can we reinstate a variable life insurance policy? Yes. We can reinstate a variable life insurance policy within 3 years. So it is similar to traditional life. You can also reinstate within 3 years. Okay, from the date of the premium default. But one difference is, no, not one difference, but rather one condition that for the reinstatement to be approved is that the client will have to show proof of insurability. So it's the same with traditional life. Again, we will reinstate the policy provided that the client shows proof of insurability.